Today on Unsolved, Florida, it's the early morning of November 9th, 2006. A young bartender is finishing her shift looking forward to the quiet of her own home, but as she and her boyfriend pull into the driveway, they aren't alone. Someone is waiting in the dark, and they aren't there to talk. Alissa was a well-known face in the local Ocala nightlife. She worked as a bartender, a job that often meant leaving work when most of the city was fast asleep. On this particular Thursday morning, she wasn't alone. She was with her boyfriend, Joshua Scarborough. Joshua wasn't just her partner, he was a bodyguard, someone trained to notice the things others miss. But even his training couldn't prepare them for what happened inside their home on Southeast 32nd Terrace. The couple arrived home in the pre-dawn hours. Shortly after entering, the sanctuary of their home was shattered. A home invasion turned deadly. Gunfire erupted, striking both Alissa and Joshua. Alissa did not survive the attack. Joshua, despite his wounds, did. In the aftermath, the community was left reeling. The bar where Alissa worked would eventually close its doors years later, cited as a victim of the struggling Marion County economy. But for those who knew Alissa, the heart of the place had already been broken that morning in 2006. In the years since, the rumors have never stopped. Was Alissa followed home from the club? Was this a targeted hit by someone obsessed with her? Questions have often circled around the presence of the bouncer in the house. How did an intruder manage to get the upper hand on someone trained for protection? While public speculation has occasionally turned towards those closest to the case, no one has ever been charged. The motive remains as blurry as the Florida fog. Alissa was a daughter, a friend, and a staple of the Ocala community. Nearly 20 years have passed, but the person who pulled the trigger is still out there. If you have any information regarding the November 9th, 2006 shooting of Alissa and Joshua, please contact the Marion County Sheriff's Office at 352-732-9111. You can also provide anonymous tips through Crime Stoppers of Marion County at 352-368 STOP, because in Ocala, someone knows the truth and it's time for that truth to come to light. This is just a little bit of information about the club that Alissa worked at. It was a really popular nightclub, and a lot of the people in the community did know Alissa. Alissa was a mother of two, and luckily her kids were not home on the morning she was killed. They were picked up by their father before she went to work at the club. So when Alissa and Joshua entered the home, they went to different sides of the house, and that's when Joshua heard her scream. According to Joshua's statement, the only thing she said was, "Please no, I have kids." He walked into the bedroom and a gunman was holding her down. As he was approaching the gunman, he was shot in the chest. Alissa was shot twice, and although Joshua could not see his face, he did say the gunman was a black male. He was wearing a dark color hooded top and nylon running pants. At the time of her death, her children were 7 and 9 years old. There is still a $5,000 reward being offered for information in Alissa's case. So again, if you guys know anything about Alissa or Joshua and the events that happened on November 19th, 2006, please call the authorities. This could be one of the cases where evidence gets retested if someone is advocating for Alissa as technology improves. Thank you for watching Unsolved Florida. We'll see you next time.